Coming
Yes,
to a broad concept of 21st century learning, I think these are all certain things which you know very well. This is the way that we interpret this 21st century. We use these expressions to interpret 21st century. We call them as computer era. We call it as information age. We call it as knowledge era. We call it as digital age. Okay. I think these terms are self-explanatory. Why is it called a computer era? Because it's all computers everywhere. If I see some, what is the number here? If I say some 221 people, excluding me, it should be 220, right? So that means all the 221, 20 of you are there with your laptops or desktops or mobile phones. If you are sitting with a laptop or a desktop and you have your smartphone with you, you are there with two computers, I will say. Your smartphone can be equal to or more than a desktop PC, or it can outperform your desktop PC or a laptop PC. So it's all computers everywhere. So that's how we call it a computer era. And we call this as an information era. Why is it called an information era? Because of the single reason that this is a world literally flooded with information. 24/7, the information flow is so huge in this world. Every one of you are experiencing that flow. Okay, 24/7 information is flowing into your life like anything. And there are three dimensions to the information flow. One is the speed. The second one is the volume. Right? Never in the human past, such a lot of information was flowing into people's life. The other one is the speed, unprecedented speed of information flow. And the third one is the channels of information flow. Again, never in the human past you had such a lot of information channels available to you. Today, your newspaper, your radio, your television, your mobile phones, your Instagram, your WhatsApp, email, right? Any of these things, right? Including other social media platform. Every platform, every media platform is there with opportunities for sharing information. So that is the reason. And we call it as a knowledge era. I'm not going deep into the discussion because, this is a talk by itself. Knowledge age education, right, is a separate talk, which I'm not going into. But I would direct your attention, just search on Google sometime after the session, 21st century learning. This is the key word, 21st century learning. And you will get a lot of literature available to you. And some of the literature you will get, like the one a report available, it is also the title 21st century learning. The document's title is 21st century learning. It is authored by a team. The head of the team is Richard Riley, R-I-L-E-Y. Richard is a regular spelling, Richard Riley. Okay. And you will get to know, right, a lot about knowledge age education. You will get to know a lot about knowledge in the knowledge era and what jobs are cut for people in the knowledge workers in the knowledge era, dynamics of knowledge change happening, all these things. Very interesting reading. Why I am telling you that you should read this type of things is very simple. You are a teacher in the knowledge era and you are expected to get to know the nuances of knowledge era. And we call this as a digital era. Why is it called digital? I'm sure our mathematics department people will say, sir, digital is all about zeros and ones, the digits, the binary code. The electronics, computer science people will say that, it's all the binary zeros and ones. That is the language of communication among all digital devices, gadgets, and services. Okay, in your mobile phone, you want to reject a call, you swipe it towards red to reject, it's zero. And you want to accept a call, swipe it towards green, that's acceptance, it's 1. That's all. And I know people are there from English departments as well. And people from English departments, including me, I'm also basically a professor of English. We will disagree with this point that, digital is not everything zeros and ones. It is not everything about digits. It is not everything about binary. Because the word digital takes its origin from a Greek word. The Greek word digitus, D-I-G-I-T-U-S, it means fingertips. So any of these technologies, gadgets, services, which you manipulate with the help of your fingertips, they become digital technologies. So it is not that mathematics people, electronics, computer science people are right and English department people are wrong, or it is vice versa. It is not like that. There can be two right answers for a single question sometime. Both are right here. So we will go ahead with the simple understanding that when we integrate these digital technologies, which are basically on the functioning on the binary code, which are all manipulated with your fingertips, when we integrate these digital technologies into learning, then what happens is digital learning, which we will touch upon a little and then go to discuss how OER can facilitate better digital learning. I already talked about the Riley report, Richard Riley's report, 21st Century Learning. In a parallel window, I request you to open up this, 3 E's of the digital age education. I'm very happy that the FDP is themed as technology integration into learning and teaching, right? So the very idea of technology integration is to bring learning to the foreground and give more importance to learning. So I'm very happy that SRC people, you have termed this title as the integration of technology for learning first and then teaching next. When we integrate technologies, it is the learning that gets the priority. Okay. So I request you to read another report, very interesting report, though a little old report. So much of very meaningful discussions about the post-pandemic learning scenario that is there very much in Indian context today. See, the context of education pre-pandemic was altogether different, and the post-pandemic education systems are altogether different. Most of the teachers now in the meet, I'm sure you have experienced the pre-pandemic system of education as well as the post-pandemic. You are directly experiencing, you are getting the first-hand knowledge of the paradigm shift or the transformative changes that have happened in the educational system. So I think I need not elaborate much, but this document is another worthy reading, right? I'm sure you will get to know a lot about the way in which technology plays as a great enabler for promoting learning. Technology is an enabler, great enabler, okay? And how the small e, the electronic technologies, can lead to higher levels of engagement with learning, human mind. I don't think there is anybody young enough to mistake that engagement. That engagement is long back. For many of us, it's over. Okay. For those of you who it has not happened, I sincerely wish that it should happen faster. Okay. To be on the lighter side. Okay. But what engagement I am talking about is keeping the human minds and emotions engaged. Okay? And when we talk about engagement, it is a very, very powerful word in psychology, in media studies, film studies, communication studies, pedagogical sciences, because these fields directly work with the human minds and emotions. Okay? And whenever I talk about engagement, I always appeal to teacher friends like you. You just make a small comparison, dear friends. Right? Look at a classroom. You are going there with very, very relevant, meaningful, and useful content for the students. You know that, and your students also know that. But what is the level of engagement that happens with the human minds and emotions there? Think of that. And think of another scenario, a theater, a cinema hall. Okay. You don't find human beings there, actors, actresses, right? Directors, assistant directors. Only a flat white screen. And opposite to the white screen, you have 200, 300 adult matured minds sitting there, not for 1 hour like our sessions, our classes. Sometimes it is 2.5 hours. But what is the level of engagement that happens in a theater? Okay. You can easily compare and you can easily understand how digital technologies, visual cues, audio video combination, graphics, animation, multimedia can have better level of engagement with the human minds. You can easily grasp that point, right? I request the participants to ensure that the mics are kept muted, right? And I'm sure you will understand better the level of engagement that happens inside a theater. See, we are all great intellectuals. We are all teaching in the higher education system. But I think when we go to a theater, when the lights are turned off, I think all our intelligence, all our research, technical acumen, everything goes away. We start believing what is happening on the screen as a reality. we start identifying ourselves with the screen. We stay glued to the screen, and whenever there is a sorrowful scene, maybe Dr. Maheshwari madam starts wiping her tears without her neighbor's knowledge. It happens or not, madam? Right. Maheshwari madam, it happens not only to Maheshwari madam, but for everyone.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Okay?
sir. Yes, sir.
Right, okay. Right, I'm just using her as an example here, right? Okay. You see, don't we know that it is all fictitious, it is all imaginary? People have taken money, they are acting, nothing really is happening there. We all know that. But still, right? What happens is the level of engagement that happens. So these visual cues, these technologies, audio video combination, they're capable of penetrating into the human mind so strongly and occupying the human mind for a longer time. Sometimes every one of you, every one of us for that matter, we have come out with some statements like that. Oh my God, yesterday I saw on film here, horrible. Oh, what a bloodshed it was. Right? Oh my God, in night I could not even properly eat. Okay, I felt like vomiting, such a lot of bloodshed. See, it was not happening real. It was just on the screen. The moment you left the theater, right, the screen changed. But you know, the power of the audio video combination, the visual cues, the multimedia content, you know, that is capable of occupying your mind strongly for some time, at least for a few hours. An intelligent mind like you, right, is occupied, right, and it leads to a kind of a psychosomatic behavior, right? So not only psychologically we get disturbed, but it even goes to psychosomatic. We feel like vomiting, right? We don't feel like eating, right? Okay, that's the thing. Okay, so the idea is, why the same digital technologies, the same multimedia, the same audio video combinations cannot give our boys and girls better learning. That is the simple idea behind using all these digital technologies. And you know, we call these information and communication technologies as tools of empowerment, because they're capable of empowering people on equal grounds. A student of SRC college sitting in Trichy is in no way inferior to a student sitting in IIT Bombay. He is in no way inferior to a girl sitting in Massachusetts Institute of Technology, United States of America. All are equal, because you know, technology gives the same learning opportunities. When an SRC student gets into Google and searches for something like artificial intelligence, right, in education, and the same time an MIT student gets in, both of them will get the same results. Both of them will get the same learning opportunities. Learning will differ. That is different. Learning differs from person to person. But, you know, the learning opportunities are there for equally for everyone, right? I request all of you to read this as quickly as possible, right? Otherwise, for want of time, right, I should not read from the slide. That is a basic behavior expected of a presenter when we make use of a PowerPoint slide. Reading from the slide is a bad habit. But you can quickly go through that. Otherwise, don't worry, I will share down the line, right? My question for you to reflect, maybe after the program, during your dinner or post-dinner, I request you to reflect upon this question. I'm not blaming the blackboard. I'm not being negative about the blackboard, but I have a question for you to reflect upon. That is, how is it that you and I'm including myself, you and I, the teachers, remain happy, remain comfortable, remain complacent with a tool that was introduced into our profession 210 years earlier? Okay. What is our justification to remain happy with a 10-year-old professional tool? Do you think we will be happy if a surgeon does it, if a doctor does it, okay? If an architect or an engineer, or even for that matter, a plumber or an electrician does it? We will not accept, right? No, we will choose a plumber based on the modern equipments he will make use of, so that he can complete the work quickly and he can get out, okay? We will choose an electrician based on the modern gadgets he will make use of, so that he will complete the work quick and leave the place, right? So that we can make ourselves comfortable. But you see, again, my dear friends, I'm not being negative about the use of blackboard. I want you to look at the newer technologies that need to be necessarily integrated into teaching and learning. See, your FIP is entitled Integration of Technologies in Learning and Teaching. These are the technologies that are integrated into learning and teaching today. Starting from FM radio to very advanced ones like AI, VR, AR tools. My good friend Vimal Gerald is going to be there with you the next 2 days to talk to you about artificial intelligence, virtual reality, augmented reality tools. He's an expert. I'm sure he will take you to very exciting learning experiences, right? So many things. And all these things, a couple of things which I have put in red color, I'll explain to you right in the upcoming slides, focusing on OER. Massive open online courses, open educational resources, cloud-based educational tools. See, don't think that, right? Maybe a history teacher, right? Maybe Dr. Saranya may be there in the meet, I don't know, right? She should not think that, oh my God, he's talking about cloud-based education. Sir, I'm a history teacher, right? I'm a Tamil language. Palanya madam is here, right? She is the teacher of Tamil. Right? Sir, what do I know about cloud-based system, cloud technologies? Nothing, right? See, already you are in cloud. See, you are using Google Meet. You may give your feedback in Google Form. You might have logged in from a Gmail account, right? So you are already using cloud. That's all. So don't be, scared about these technical terms, right? Technical terms are technical for other reasons. You and I, as users of technology, it is enough if we know how to use these technologies and tools, right? So we just have to drive the car and reach our destination. We need not bother about automobile engineering. That's, I hope you understand what is the point I'm making, right? So non-computer science background people, non-IT background people, you need not worry about these technologies and their terms, right? What is important is the use of technology rather than technical knowledge of technology. Web 2.0, Web 3.0, right? If you know the difference between Web 2.0 and 3.0, it is good. Otherwise, it is very good. Therinja nalladhu, theriyatti romba nalladhu. Forget it, right? Okay. See, you are already using Web 2, but you never know that it's Web 2. Maybe when next generation web comes, you will move to next generation without being aware of it, right? So that's how you will go, naturally going to the next one. Mobile applications, AI, VR, AR tools, intelligent learning environments, right? So learning environments infused with a lot of intelligence, artificial intelligence. So intelligent learning environments will provide every learner a different pathway for learning. Okay, everyone will learn in a different pathway. Everyone will learn with different learning resources, tailor-made for their learning styles, their background knowledge, and other things. It is not one-size-fits-all model. One-size-fits-all model is there in the face-to-face mode of education. It is there in the conventional classroom. I'm not blaming any teacher here. It is the system. You cannot do anything more than that, right? But every learner is uniquely different, and in an intelligent learning environment, every learner will learn with different learning resources and different learning pathways. Okay, and game-based learning or gamification platforms for making learning a real fun, making learning infused with a lot of life and energy, right? Plenty other things, right? Okay. So you see, what is right now in practice is what we call as digital age pedagogy. Sometimes we do have a word like digigaji, D-I-G-I-G-O-G-Y, D-I-G-I-G-O-G-Y, yes, digigaji, okay? But I will not say it is a part of a standard vocabulary, but there are people, there are platforms, there are media writers who use this word, digigaji also. So it is a pedagogy for a digital age, right? Okay, and if you understand these 4 dimensions, learners, environments, media, and teachers, I think by and large, you have an idea of digital